Fraud of all sorts, especially online scams, are on the rise. It's keeping cyber experts like Terry Cutler busy and worried.
Obviously, fraud is going to be on the rise because, especially around cybercrime, because individuals are unaware of the risks.
On Wednesday, Quebec law enforcement chiefs released statistics showing that there were 37,000 reported cases of fraud in the province, an increase of 15% in 2 years. In the first 3 months of this year, Quebecers have lost $3 billion in reported fraud.
And the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center told us actually that there is more than 80 or 90% of those crimes that are not being reported.
Because people are too ashamed or companies don't want to give the impression that they're not safe. According to Quebec Police, while Montreal had the highest number of reported fraud cases last year at more than 10,000, the regions with the highest rates of reported increases from 2022 to 2023 were Laval and Mauricie at 20%, 17.3% in central Quebec, and 10.5% in Montreal. He says the gaps in rate increases suggest that the fraudsters are moving around.
They're trying to clean the region, and when they're done with it, they're changing places.
The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre says the trends are similar across the country and that the financial losses are continuing to rise.
So 568 million in 2023, up from 530, a little over 530 million in 2022. And looking back to 2021, 387 million.
Three of the biggest scams: credit and debit card fraud, online fraud, and identity theft, made more challenging with the misuse of artificial intelligence. Cutler points out that scamming is a trillion-dollar business with sophisticated organizations.
It's very difficult for law enforcement right now because A, they don't have this trained staff to deal with it. Two, there's legislation, right? There's jurisdiction issues. They got to work closer with government and telecommunication companies.
Police say they are working on training and collaborating more with other agencies. They urge the public to report the crimes and get educated about how to protect themselves. Phil Carpenter, Global News, Montreal.